Let's go, let's go, let's go. Imagine being born with such a rare condition that throughout your entire childhood, walking like any other child seemed impossible. While her classmates ran, played, and went to school without any difficulties, the protagonist of today's story had to support herself with her hands on the ground to be able to move around. Many believed that this would be her reality forever, but what seemed like a hopeless fate ended up changing thanks to surgery that completely transformed her life. Today you will learn the moving story of Arajene, a young woman from the Philippines who overcame stairs and limitations until she received an opportunity that seemed impossible. She is unrecognizable. Arajene was born into a humble family in the Philippines. Shortly after her birth, her parents noticed that something was different. Her knees had a deformity. Instead of bending the normal way, they bent backwards, preventing her legs from supporting her body properly. No one in the family exactly understood what was happening. Financial resources were limited, and finding a specialist was practically impossible. As the years went by, while other children learned to run, Arajene developed his own way of getting around. She would place her hands on the ground and push her body forward. It was the only way she had found to move on. Every movement required effort. Every meter traveled meant discomfort, exhaustion. Even so, she never gave up. Since she was a child, Arajene dreamed of studying. But attending school was a huge challenge. Even the short walk from the school entrance to the classroom demanded more physical strength than most people could bear. Even in the face of difficulties, she insisted on learning. Her classmates often looked on with curiosity. Some showed pity, others did not, others understood her condition. But Arajene never let that extinguish her desire to build a better future. Meanwhile, her mother sought help wherever she could. She consulted healthcare professionals whenever an opportunity arose. At one point, she was advised to wait until her daughter was older to have surgery. The family believed that was the right path. Unfortunately, this wait ended up making the case even more complex. As Arajene grew, her bones and joints continued to develop in the wrong position. The discomfort increased, and so did the limitations. For many years, it seemed like there was no solution. Then an unexpected opportunity arose. The family learned about Table Q Children's Hospital of the Philippines, a hospital specialized in pediatric orthopedic surgeries for people who could not afford treatment. After a detailed evaluation, the medical team realized that the case was difficult. Even so, they believed there was still hope. The test showed that it would be necessary to completely reconstruct the alignment of the legs. The operation required planning, experience, and many hours of work. It was a delicate procedure. The doctors knew that it wasn't enough to just fix the bones. It would also be necessary to preserve muscles, ligaments, tendons, and joints to allow Arajene to learn to walk after recovery. Finally, the big day arrived. In approximately 6 hours, surgeons worked carefully to reposition the legs and correct the deformity. The family waited outside. Every minute felt like an eternity. When the surgery was over, the first sense of relief came. The procedure had been a success, but the journey was far from over. In the following days, Arajene had to face a new challenge, learning something most people do naturally. Most people do it naturally from their earliest years of life. She needed to learn how to walk. The physical therapy sessions were intense. In the beginning, every movement caused discomfort. The body needed to completely relearn balance. The muscles, accustomed for years to an abnormal position, now had to function in a completely different way. It was like teaching an adult to take a baby's first steps. Little by little, the results started to appear. First came small movements, then a few steps with support, later increasingly steady walks. Each achievement was celebrated by the medical team, the physical therapists, and the family. For the first time, Arajene was able to look forward while walking. She no longer needed to place her hands on the floor for support. Her posture changed, and so did her self-esteem. The smile on her face said much more than any words could. After months of rehabilitation, she returned to school. Now she could walk into the classroom just like any other student. What seemed like a simple gesture to most people was a true miracle for someone who had spent their whole life facing limitations. Besides physical independence, Arajene regained something even more important: the confidence to dream. Today, his story inspires thousands of families around the world. She became an example of courage, perseverance, and hope. His transformation was shared by doctors, humanitarian organizations, and people who were moved to see the before and after of his recovery. Although she continues to receive medical follow-up, the surgery allowed her to have a quality of life that once seemed impossible. Her story also draws attention to the reality faced by millions of people in countries with limited resources. Many live for years with conditions that could be treated if they had access to specialized care. In Arajene's case, that access came in time to completely change her destiny. Sometimes a single opportunity is enough to transform an entire life. Arajene's story reminds us that true strength isn't always found in those who have never faced difficulties, but in those who keep moving forward even when every step seems impossible. And did you already know this story? Leave your opinion in the comments. We will read each message with great care. If you enjoy learning about real stories of overcoming adversity, courage, and hope, leave a like and subscribe to the channel to follow our upcoming videos. Thank you very much for watching this far. See you next time.
Assista ao vídeo indicado.
Watch the dubbed video.
Mira el video doblado.
吹き替え版の動画を見てね.
شاهد الفيديو المدبلج.
더빙된 영상 봐. Regarde la vidéo doublée. Schau dir das synchronisierte Video an.
Guarda il video doppiato.
Смотри дублированное видео.
Dub kia hua video deko.
Dublaj de videoyu izle.
Tonton video yang sudah didubbing.